Yo, so today we're going to do something a little different. What I want to do is I want to try and build just even a basic nothing Xcode project, but I don't want to use Xcode to do it. I want to use CMake to generate an Xcode project and then have that be buildable. So let me just see. We'll call this just test XC project. Because if you want to build for iOS or for Mac, you need to deal with very different build settings rather than just this the easy way. Everything Apple ever does, calm the your company. Everything Apple ever does is just so much more difficult than it needs to be. It's ridiculous. But we'll see. Testing system, no testing storage, none. All right, let's see what the default is. Let's just put this in the documents and create. Provide. No, I don't want to use Git. I also don't want to use any of this Xcode stuff. Like Swift, we don't need Swift. What? Access my keychain. Okay. So then now we can delete this. Swift is such, honestly, it's not my favorite language. I don't know if there's any language that Apple's ever created that I like. Objective-C is also objectively bad, in my opinion. Okay, cool. XC project, da 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 da. I mean, this looks like, I don't really know what like, the assets things are. As you can tell, I don't use randomly Kirkus in my text. As you can tell, I really don't use Xcode for development, and by the looks of things, not many people actually like it either. Like, JetBrains used to have AppCode, which was a competitor to Xcode, but unfortunately that went under. Okay, it looks like this is a basic thing. I really don't need these assets. Can I just like delete these? Delete. Yep. Which makes me sad because I like JetBrains' products. They all have a similar feel, except for Fleet. I think any product that tries to mimic VS Code is just doomed for failure. What am I looking for? It's like, can I just create like new file? File's name is going to be main.cpp. So little known fact is you never actually need to use Objective-C and Swift, which is also built off of Objective-C in a very indirect way. You can actually write everything, even basic, even complex Apple apps, completely in C or C++ because the Objective-C runtime is a runtime. It's not compiled like C++, which means that you're able to essentially just hash include some of the Objective-C headers, link with the library, and then all of the calls that, let's do it, argc, all of the calls that Clang would generate when it compiles your code, you can just write them yourself. There's really no reason to ever have to use Objective-C, except for convenience. But like one of the things you have to do is, if I want to make this an iOS app, unfortunately iOS forces you to use their UI application, either class or what they call a delegate. A delegate is nothing special. It's just a fancy way to do object-oriented callbacks. Let's call this UI application. And also you can just define the main entry point, extern C. I think it's UI application main or something. There's like a whole bunch of arguments here. I don't remember what they are right now. I don't think it returns anything there. And you're meant to call this application main and pass it in. I think it is meant to take in argc, argv. Yeah, we'll look up the thing later. They're not important. What is important is whenever you use the Objective-C runtime directly, you have to do things like this where you look up the name of a class. And of course, it's from Objective-C is from that era where people didn't know how to program or they forgot how to program. So all of the ways that you identify all of the classes are done with just like raw strings, which is, that's a mood, isn't it? Okay, so that should potentially just build. Does this build? Build for running. This did not build. Unused variable. I don't think that's the problem though. Why did you not build? Undefined symbol lookup class. Fair enough. I'm going to need to actually set you to link, won't I? How do I do that? Let's see. Active build, release no build options. Deployment, installation directory, no. Strip debug symbols during copy, no. Strip linked product, maybe. Search paths, Apple client code gen. Where's like the link? Just give me the link line. That's all I want. Processing, warnings, 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 warnings. Issues, code generation, compilation mode. Metal stuff. I'm not using metal right now. I'm just looking for like the link line. Where is the link line? Is it me? I really can't see it. Application scene manifest. Don't have one of those. Random stuff. Linking, general run paths, search paths, executable. But I just want to say like the actual link line. Build phases. Link binary with library, 0 items. Okay, this might be it. I just want to link with Objective-C, which I think is this one. These TBDs, I don't know what these are. They're like some sort of weird non-framework, but also framework. Whatever. But yes, I want you to link with Objective-C. Okay, let's try. Do I have to save that? Let me try to rebuild this now. Will you build? You succeeded. Nice. So if I actually, what is this? What's this targeting my Mac? Sure, you can target my Mac. So if I run this, did it stop waiting to attach? Right. So Xcode uses LLDB under the hood. This should have found UI application class. Objective-C lookup class should return a pointer to UI application, but it might be null because it didn't link with. Yes, it ended up being null. And the reason for that is because it doesn't know that I actually want to link with an iOS device. Let's try any iOS simulator. Yes, it is killed. Why can't I? A build-only device cannot be used to run. But I don't want to build. I just want to use the simulator. Oh, iOS simulators. What simulator should we do? Maybe 16, 17. Use the 17. Okay, something's happening. Probably, yeah, the simulator is booting up. This won't produce any output, but it should just stop on the breakpoint at least. And it looks like it is about to. Yep, we stopped. We should get a non-null pointer now. Yeah, we did. Because UI application is part of UIKit. UIKit is part of the iPhone OS SDK, iOS SDK. Cool. Okay, so this is like a minimal, very minimal file just to prove this. Now, what I want to see is if you archive this, what happens? Okay, so we got this. Okay, so we created something. Version is 1.0. Architecture is ARM64. You can validate it. What does this do? Use recommended settings to validate with App Store Connect. I don't think this is going to work because I don't have a developer account yet. Yeah, so don't worry about that. But I want to distribute by doing debugging. Distribute. Can't even do that. Okay, let's try a different way then. How about test flight? Nope. How about release testing? To distribute to registered devices? No. I don't have any devices. I just want to see what the IPA would look like. Okay, we'll use custom options then. Is this the same thing? Is it not going to work? Okay, one more time. There should be a custom option which is like ad hoc. Okay, that's interesting. I don't see why you would have to deal with this. I suppose. Wow, so you literally not create an IPA without spending $90 per year to give Apple free reign to give you a certificate. That's ridiculous. Classic Apple, just screwing people over. Use custom options. Yeah, if you'd let me. There's like a separate way, actually. So let me open this in Finder, which you can do. Yeah, so Xcode by default will store the archives that it creates inside of this, whatever this is, their default directory. Now, if I open a terminal here, or if I just yoink this myself, close that, and I go to terminal. We'll go to documents. I just want to see what's inside this thing. CD to. I should have renamed this actually. Where's Finder? Okay, that should be fine. I just want to say ls to testxc.d. So let's just go inside it. What's inside of here? So we have inside of products, we have applications, and then this .app file. Now, what is this .app file? Is this a link or is this an actual embedded thing? Looks like it is a real thing. ls products applications again, and then I want to do long listing. Yeah, so this is like a natural real directory. So it has to go inside of /applications. It's almost like it's its own file system, isn't it? What's in the dynamic symbols? Okay, just regular dsym. Contents, stuff. And what's inside of info.plist? This kind of stuff. Whoops. Application properties, key, application path, applications test. Key is for core foundation bundle identifier is the test thing we set. Short version string is 1. The bundle version is 1. Signing identity was Apple. I guess this is my team ID. No, that's probably my team ID right here. I mean, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So if I go up here and I do, for example, what should I do? I want, like, there is a command which is like export archive, and this also can be used to have Xcode create an IPA, and apparently there is a way to do it without proper signing. So export archive, it's like export archive, export options key list, and we're going to need to pass it something to the prelit. We're going to have to pass it a proper property list through that argument. Just remember what the argument's direct name is. Export options plist. Then it's like export path is here, I guess. Fake plist. And there's no fake plist. Did I make a mistake with this needs to be removed because we have a proper flag. Valid export options plist. Did I not? I just copied this straight. This is not the right export options plist. I'm sorry. That's what you get for missing a plural. And the archive path is not there, and that's probably what I meant to put here. Archive path. And now this is going to be, this thing doesn't exist, which is fine. So we'll just touch that. And what should we do? I guess we'll cat the archive thing again, just so I can get the header, like this thing, this weird XML thing that was popular like 30 years ago, before everyone switched over to JSON. Okay, half of this stuff we don't need. I don't remember what we do need actually. And we can look it up. So key is that, I think this is just a dictionary straight from the top. So we'll just get rid of all of this, not useful. And then I think if you go Xcode build/help, it gives you the keys, and it does. So what do we have here? So we have destination, determines whether the app is exported locally or uploaded to the Apple. Options are export or upload. The available options vary depending on the distribution method. Defaults to export, which is good, so we don't need to care about it. Distribution bundle and reformat the archive to focus on eligible target bundle and defaults to top level. So it has a default, it's fine. For non-app store, users can download your app over the web. I don't have one of those. Method. Yeah, so what else is here? It's App Store Connect release. So this is what we just saw in the. This is what we just saw in that DUI of Xcode. Ad hoc is what I want. Ad hoc is the one I want. So this is method. It's a string apparently. So I guess I think it goes key method like this, and then I guess this would be a string, and we're going to make this ad hoc. I think we also need team ID as well. The developer team to use for this. It defaults to the team used to build the archive. Also, that should just be by default there. So would that just work? Let's find out. The flag export path is required when specifying export archive. Distribution driver requires a destination path. Oh, I forgot the flag. I'm sorry again. Use debugging instead. Export succeeded. Oh, cool. So what, do we have an IPA? Oh, look at that, we do. Nice. So hypothetically, we could stick this onto the simulator ourselves using, I think, from Xcode. What even is my version of Xcode? It's the newest version, but what is that? Xcode 26. Okay, so that's quite new. I think from like Xcode 17 or something, or the command line tool version 17 or whatever it is, 16. There's a tool that you can use to shunt things over to the simulator, but I don't remember the syntax of the tool. But all right, cool. So we've seen how that works when you use Xcode directly. Now, what I want to do is I want to use CLine here, because to do CLine, you can kind of from inside of CMake, you can kind of see that we have to add in a whole bunch of other things. So the first thing I'm going to do is to enable cross compilation for CMake. You have to, I think you have to do this. So CMake tool chains inside of the CMake documentation. You have this command. So we have to pass it to CMake. We have to pass. What do we have to pass? CMake system name should be iOS if we're building for iOS. So we'll do that. So /d CMake system name is iOS, and we're going to set the generator to be Xcode, because CMake has built-in Xcode generator support, which will basically generate one of the Xcode projects we just made through Xcode. But yep, and we don't think I need to do anything with the rest of this. Okay, this is the minimal. So good. So let's see what happens. And also, again, the default for the default build directory that CLine creates, the name, makes no sense in slides. So I'll just get rid of you. Cool. So we have the executable. Now we have to set a few properties on the executable. So set target properties, Xcode test, properties, and those properties are these properties, which I copied from somewhere else on my hard drive. Yeah, I don't care. So let's see here. So my development team, I think that's the same development team as before. Code side identity. What was my product bundle? Oh, we can just make it. So we'll make this again test. We'll just say com dot test Xcode this time. No, I think that was what we called it before. So we'll do Xcode test. Bundle version is 1. And you also have to set these. So these top properties, I think they only affect Xcode, the project that you generate. These properties affect the auto-generated info.plist, which is inside of here. This plist that CMake will generate for us. These affect this. I don't know if we need this Apple thing, but short version string, yes, it's 1. Bundle version is 1. GUI identifier needs to be the same as this thing. Cool. And we'll just copy this code from over here again. And for whatever reason, C-line it cannot find Objective-C, even if you do something like link the libraries. I don't know why. Xcode private Objective-C. Like, even if we do this, then it's just like, oh, I don't know where these are. So, but it should, I think it does build. I was wrong. No profiles for COM Xcode test. Couldn't find any iOS app development provisioning profiles matching Xcode test. Automatic signing is disabled and unable to generate a thing. That sounds like a problem. Definitely sounds like a problem that we'll have to fix. So it's probably to do with these, I would imagine. And I guess the reason is because we did in fact use a different name. Like the way the code signing works is that Xcode will, I think they generate a certificate for you. So if I just go back into this part, signing capabilities is here. So this your company test XC project. Like this is a C-line, not C-line. Xcode made a certificate, which is the subject of the certificate. The digital certificate is this bundle identifier. So I think it has to match, otherwise Xcode cries. So I guess we'll do this instead. Okay, let's try that one more time. Nope. It didn't work. Why not? Why didn't you work? There we go. I guess it hadn't fixed up. It hadn't reloaded the project from my edit. Okay, so that built. So we have this, and we have that build directory. We have this app thing. Okay, so by the looks of things, it has made the app, and this is probably, this is text. Or not, this is in fact binary. I'm sorry. This might have been the signature. All right, cool. So we'll just run the same command that we just did. So it's like Xcode archive jokes. It's Xcode build. Archive, the project here. This is the same command. When we went to product and did archive, we're doing the same command that Xcode executes under the hood. Project, so I guess it was inside of build, and it's going to be Xcode test execute project. And then, do I need to pass a scheme? Do we even have any schemes? I don't know. Actually, I don't actually know. I think it's to show what schemes there are. I think you can do like show schemes in the command line, or maybe you can't. Maybe you can't. No, I'm sure there's a flag. Show component. No. Xcode. Shared build settings, shared destination, dash scheme. Maybe if I just say dash schemes, it'll work. Or dash list even. Yeah, we'll do dash list then. What do you got here? What do you got for me? Targets. Xcode test, the same name as the target. I should have guessed that. So a scheme is like the CMake equivalent. Xcode test. What do we got? Okay, so it seemed to have worked. Although if I look at this carefully, what do we have here? So for whatever reason, it stuck our intermediate files into some random place. And probably, okay, actually, you know what? We want to build this in, it's fine. Also, we can set which SDK to build for. I think the default iPhone iOS, but if you say iPhone simulator, then it will create a build. Yeah, there it is. Release iPhone simulator. Okay, so this is a link. What does this lead to? Build, release, iPhone sim, Xcode test. Oh, look at that. Derive data, some random place. Of course. Can we change that? I really hate Xcode. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so sad. So sad that JetBrains, they didn't continue with app code, man. They didn't do it. It's because they hate you. And me. They hate us all. Alright, so we'll just dump the help to xcode.help. Good, that didn't work. Because it probably puts its stuff out onto stood error, not stood out. So I guess we'll redirect that too. About like build. Too many things. About dash build. Dash build version. Nope. What about derived? Oh, look. Specifies the directory we build products and other derived data will go. Perfect. Oh, actually, all of the like export paths things are in the one place. Cool. Okay, so we'll set this. And we'll set that to be our build directory as well. Cool. Tons of stuff. Build launch. See, look at all the stuff you would miss. Look at all the stuff you would miss if you didn't just open this as text, please. And there's nothing inside there. Or there is, and it's all binary. I reckon this is a serialization of like some sort of XC activity class. I bet you that's what it is. Except this is plain text. What are you? Domain type, ID, activity, log domain type, build book. Yeah, this looks like some sort of module path. Because of course it is. Because Apple hates you. And me. And everyone. Let's read the link again. Where does it point to now? Archive intermediates Xcode test. Archive intermediates Xcode test. Intermediate build files path. Uninstalled products. You can't make this up. All right, and that's where it is. So remembering, and also, where's the archive gone? Where is our archive built? Did I say? No. Where is the archive? It's not here. It is there. No, that's from before. Wait, where the hell is it? Okay, well, this is archive path, so we'll stick that here. Specifies the directory where any archives will be placed, or the archive that should be exported. So I guess we'll define that here. I don't know, man. Still can't see an archive. Okay. Guess we'll try one more time, and we'll just say it's gonna be what's the name of this project again? Xcode test. Xcode test.xc archive. Hey, we got something. And it's empty, but at least this is here. That doesn't look right. That looks quite different from the other thing. See, like, look how many more things there are. Like, archive version application path. Like, why did this not create these fields too? I'm very weirded out by this. Because this is meant to be the same command. But I guess it's not. Derived data path build, that's fine. Archive path is there. Is there something that's like different about this? Let's say Xcode build archive. Sure, we'll do that then. And it looks like we're just gonna get output from Xcode, which is not helpful. Oh, what does this guy say? So XC run STK automate build an archive from sort of blog package -v release builder application name. Okay, sign okay. Okay, I guess we'll take a look at this. It's apparently in French. Then tells me that this guy maybe doesn't have domain anymore, and this link is old. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. cd then run Xcode build scheme c. Huh. Mm-hmm. You must specify the scheme. We've set the scheme. Okay, what does this guy say? Workspace. We're not using a workspace. Scheme. Okay, clean archive configuration release. STK archive path. I guess we didn't set the configuration, so we'll try that. But this probably defaults to debug. And it's still empty. And this is still nothing. Go away. Huh. Okay. Think our export plist is just fine. Use the full path Xcode build, Xcode switch, Xcode build. I don't know, man. Also looks the same to me. Doesn't look like there's a problem there. Ad hoc distribution, exit name, SDK, projector. Using configuration that, updating version number, AGV, bump all. Automatic something version 2, I guess. Active target, configuration, config, SDK build, error, die. I mean, this is all what we've already kind of seen, but it doesn't produce the same thing. It's very strange. Hmm. Let's see what this article has to say. It's on the page we're looking for. Good. I didn't want to solve this problem anyway. I don't know. It looks like all of these things are exactly the same as what we just did. So either I'm going crazy, or maybe the P list go away. Go away. Doesn't actually matter. Archive scheme. I mean, looks like everyone's doing the same. So I guess, but ours is completely empty. I wonder if this is an artifact of CMake, because CMake has stuck all of our build files in completely different places. Like well, that's nothing. But if we look at here, like all this was inside of like a /applications folder inside of products, and there's nothing there. So I don't know. Do you need to like set like some property which says that this is an executable application? Is that how that works? Oh, sorry. CMake, XCode, set target as application. No, defining no. OS X deployment target not working. What is this? Minimum operating system. Maybe this won't actually help. Target runtime URL set to make these conditionally. No. You CMake. Let's see what this person says. Target compile options. None of that is useful for us. My math, not helpful. Not helpful. Okay, generates a thing. Then they open it up in CMake, so not at all helpful for us. Let's try this. No, this is actually no. This looks like it's correct. The target property is here because a framework. True. We're not making a framework though. We are making a standalone application. Try macOS framework info plist. I think that's okay. Wait, CMake provides two families of macOS hardware framework version, macOS framework plist. No. Bundle info plist and macOS X bundle. Mm-hmm. Package check modules, link directories, stuff we didn't care about. macOS bundle, true. macOS bundle info plist. Maybe we're not doing that. Do we set this? Let's try and set this. So say Mac OS X underscore bundle is true. Now, it says Mac OS, but it works for both iOS and Mac OS. One of the many reasons why this is confusing. If I rebuild this now, what happens? Nothing happens. Okay, and then let's try and rebundle it. Archive it. What do we get? Nothing. No change whatsoever. Cool, so that didn't help. Did not help in the slightest. Not at all. Fish. Don't know what that means. Co-signing Mac OS, no Dynalib in a Mac OS bundle, iOS resource management, frameworks, as the catalogs. Nope. What does this guy say? CMake, exe linker flags. No, this looks like it's just for actually building a file. Well, what we need is not that. We need to be able to wait, code signing, set target properties, XCode attribute, code sign identity, I for developer, my name. I think we already have set this. Yeah. How similar is that to ls above? So string signing identity Apple development. Maybe we should copy this string. Wait, what do we get from our info list? Nothing. We get absolutely nothing. So I don't know, man. It seems like maybe we should just. I mean, we get this archive version, right? We get this archive version to creation date, then name this scheme name that. But it looks like we don't get this application properties key. So maybe that's something to look at. Maybe it's like CMake or CMake Mac OS X application properties. Properties like this. Mac OS X package location. What is this? Place a source file inside an application bundle, core foundation bundle, or framework bundle. It is applicable for both. See, that's why it's both. Executable targets with the macOS property are built as or macOS iOS application bundles on Apple platforms. Shared library targets with the framework are built as frameworks, and module libraries with a bundle are built as core foundation bundles on Apple. Source files listed in the target with this property set will be copied to a directory inside the bundle or framework content specified by the property value. For macOS application bundles, the content folder is name app/contents. Maybe use if the specified location is a subfolder, may be set on a source directory to copy its entire tree into the bundle. So I still don't quite understand what this is. And what other macOS properties are there? RPath. Nope. That's it. For some reason, this is in a completely different place. Place a source file, but it places a source file as a resource. I'm not sure if that's actually helpful. What I have, the main executable, what I've done, so add macOS bundle to the executable. We did this, right? Yeah. Add icon to its sources, to the resource property, set macOS bundle properties. There should be target properties. Also, we have Mac OS X bundle. Good. You're going to list what the rest of them are? You going to tell me? Okay, there we go. The following target properties may be set to specify content to be configured into this file. The bundle name, the version, the copyright, GUI identifier, icon file, info string, long version string, short version string. Doesn't look like that's going to help us here. This worked for this person. Let's see. For some reason, just saying bundle, but we're not building a bundle. We're building. But add executable current target as a Mac OS X bundle. So maybe we need to set it on. Oops, don't know what the hell just happened there. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it just sets it automatically. But I don't know if this will actually make a difference for us. I mean, when it built this, it actually built. It's hard to say. Let's just regenerate this. So debug for iPhone OS. So we have this app thing and this dsim thing. But I don't. It's hard to tell if this is the same as this because it looks like it's different, right? If I look at underneath XC archive, we look under products again and applications. Then we have the app folder again. And then this has an info.p list. Is this the same? This looks like it might be the same. Package info, the actual executable, the provisioning, cursor. So it looks like the only thing that you need to do to make an archive is to just like copy the top level thing. I copied this info.p list. Otherwise, how else do you tell Xcode to include the app? That's probably actually a good question. But let's go back and look at this help. Find library, find executable, find share things, maximum parallel, Xcode job targets, destination timeout, toolchain, SDK arch, XC config, config name, scheme, build the scheme name, okay. All targets name, project share component, delete component. How about can I just stick in the app folder? Because that's kind of what we already have. We have the app folder. Hmm. I'm gonna search for app. All 55 occurrences. And nope, I don't want to see those. Just go back up to here. Start searching for app again. Export notarization, archive path, export path. Don't know what that means. XConfig. Export an archive that is being notarized by Apple. Looks like that would be not what I want. And then the rest of these are what we've already seen. Oh no. Wait, so prepare device support, download, convert, delete, convert, share, convert, project, target, build, target name. Because we already have this stuff. Configuration name, destination, no, toolchain, no. Xfarm, show test plans, build settings, no. List, fine, no. Version, nope. 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 Because it's very annoying because I guess because of the way CMake has set this up, it won't when it because of the way the CMake has made the Xcode project itself here, when it builds through the archive, it will stick the resulting build files separate from inside the archive, which is different from what regular Xcode does. Which is why, even though we ran the archive, it's broken. We ran the archive command. I'm guessing that's what is going on here. So, okay. Let me just copy from above. Info playlist, we'll just copy this here. And we'll call it info .plist dot template. All right, cool. So application path string applications test thingy dot that. So this whole dictionary, where has this come from? I guess that's just as a part of what even is this XC archive format? Take a look see. It's a zipped payload which has your app bundle dot app contains everything, contains your app and the dynamic symbols. Okay. Okay, that's not very helpful. How about info plist? Archive malformed due to missing info plist. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Archive, then I package the app with that. The problem is the first project sees up, the second is failing on export because it's malformed. Mm-hmm. I don't know, it looks like it's just some sort of weird problem. In my case, the problem is caused by the simroot equals argument. Changing my code to use derived data path instead resolve the issue, not my problem here. No idea. But hypothetically, could I just change the names? Because this is going to be relative from the root, so I guess we'll just change this to, where's my XCode underscore test? That's what this is called. Architectures is still ARM64. Bundle identifier is, should be the same as this, I think. Yep. CF bundle short version string is still 1, Looks like the rest of this will be just fine. I think this is the same. Yeah, it looks like it's the same. And the rest of this is the same. So, hypothetically, we should just be able to make an application folder inside of here. Applications. And then we should just be able to, again, this is just ridiculously broken in every single way. And no, that's not true, because we haven't archived it. We just take this and we stick it in there. Then we take this and we stick it in there. And hypothetically, this should do the same thing. I think. Is the directory structure the same? Yep. And then products, applications, app thing, and then stuff. And then we go look at the dynamic symbols. We have, again, that thing. Then we have contents, and that looks like it's the same to me. So, yeah. Yep, looks like it's the same. Still, that's probably still going to be binary. Or not. Interesting. Looks like this interdict is... No, it looks like that's probably still right. Alright, cool. So, we have this, and then what I want to do is I want to grab this and just stick it inside of this thing. Okay. And then, what do we do next? Let's just copy the, was it fake.plist to here. Cool, so I guess, what was the command? It was like XCode build, /export archive, then it was the archive path, is xcode xcode archive, and then we also have the export options plist, which is fake. And was that it? Nope. And then it's also export path. It's going to be here. Command line name development is deprecated. Use debugging instead. Hey, looks like it worked. And look at that. There's an IPA right there. There's this random packaging.log thing. Whoa, okay. What is this? It's literally a log of what this thing just did. So, initial pipeline ID distribution. As you can see, one of the reasons why this is such an absolute pain in the butt to work with is because everything goes through the IDE. It's like you just can't fathom it. Okay, good. But we have stuff. This time zone is completely off. 1, 2, 3, 8, 4 bytes for everything. Da 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 da. So this is like just literally packaging, just copying all the stuff over. Yeah, I mean, this looks like it would be doing the right thing. Not gonna lie. Code signing this again. Signed app bundle with Mako because it's Apple stuff, copying the payload stuff, processing stuff. I mean, yeah, it looks like it's fine. And then this is this IPA. Can we, like, if I take this IPA and then do something to it, like, for example, can I open it? 16 KB on that side. Not you. Not you. What was it? Xcode test. Huh, we can see. There that is. IPA. 15K, so it's slightly less. Don't know if that's a problem, but can I open it? Requires a newer version of macOS. You need to update this Mac to a version of macOS compatible with iOS 26 apps to install this app. I don't even know what even is the latest version of iOS. Does this thing do it as well? Okay, looks like that's expected behavior. Can I like take this and like drop it into the simulator? Where is the simulator? Is this a simulator? Yeah. Can I just like grab you and just like plop you there? Whoa! Do I want to download test project? Yeah, obviously. Where would that have been saved? I never use Safari. I have no idea. Just exit out of that. Come on, gestures. You can do it. Can I just like double click? Is it 2 fingers? Come on. Ah, I can't do it. Just press the home button. I mean, yeah, it looks like it's an app. Of course I will exit it. This doesn't do anything. But to debug this, how would you even debug it? I guess you'd have to set up LLDB, right? Can I just like grab the IPA and drop it into Xcode? And then, wait, this is the right thing? Maybe not. No, that was right. Export options. Yeah, I just want to drop this IPA into Xcode. Oh yeah. Choose option for adding files. Open with iOS app installer. What does this do? I don't want to. I want to debug the damn thing. Let me debug it. About debug. Open as no. Is there no like debug? Debug. Console. Debug executable. Maybe that's how you do it. I mean, you're executable, right? Oh yeah. IPA build configuration debug this, LLDB. Yeah, okay, let's go. So let's do it. Cannot launch using the specified run destination. Where is the run destination? I don't even know where it is. Oh, there was no valid run destinations. Probably it's trying to run on the Mac again. And it's Cocoa error domain. That seems right. How do I change the run? Maybe this way. Why is this so hard to use? This is so annoying. Just let me change where it's going to run at. Christ, it's not so hard. No selection. Of course, there's no selection. It's freaking IPA. And I just exited Xcode. It's good. Okay, from Xcode, I want to debug executable. Again, going to documents, repeating this, going there. Okay. Okay. Let's figure it out. There's no build. I don't know why it thinks it needs to build. Run. I just want to say where it's going to run. Location, blah, 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 arguments, options. Diagnostics. And now is this just like forever? These settings are now forever baked into this. It's not going to install a Mac. Usually there's like a run target thing here. Well, I don't know. Yeah, okay, I got that. Is it the scheme that's the problem? So maybe we can change the scheme. Oh, what's this? I have no idea. And I'm starting to get tired of this. This is yet again one of the main reasons why I don't use Xcode. But for debugging, we'll have to learn how to debug through the simulator because you can attach to processes within CLion like this. And if you did that, you would be able to hypothetically attach to an LLDB server on the simulator, since the simulator is just running locally with a socket. But it looks like we got it, more or less. Can you just like, God, I hate Xcode. Workspace settings. How about just like project settings? That's not at all what I wanted. Okay, well, I have no idea. I don't know how to get this to just debug an IPA. You see, what's good about Android is that you can just you just open up a .apk inside of Android Studio and it just connects and it's just easy. Why is this so difficult? I'll never understand. Probably if I did something like Xcode debug external IPA. What will this do? Yep. Product archive. Debug attach a process by pitter name into the app name. Xcode attaches successfully. You don't have any debugging for. I mean, maybe iPhone configuration, run the app on the device. Go to Xcode, attach the process. Can I just like start the process? Maybe that's how we can do it. If I do attach to process by pitter by name, let's see, nothing's running. It's the only problem. If I had that spinning in an infinite loop, then we could probably do it. That's just the same as we've always done. I can't see any other way to like change the settings here. At least not something that's popping out at me. Workspace settings, perhaps? Nope. Open has the empty file, add files, and group. Look, there's nothing here. I think I'm going to call this a success because this has been oh so annoying, and it looks like yeah. To create an IPA on XCode, you have to not only deal with all this stuff, like the actual bundle information, but you also need to deal with the Xcode stuff. Now, what would be really cool is if we could just break down what is this? XC settings. Do we even need this? I don't think you need this. What would be really cool is if we could break down the format of this like PBX proj and just generate this ourselves and then not have to use the Xcode generator. We'll just run everything through Ninja and like in the exact same way that I was just running command line commands for the command line, and we just made everything happen. Then just do that here as well. So that way we wouldn't have like all these trillions of billions of different. The main problem with CMake is that you can only build for one target at a time, and I guess it's not true. You can build all, but the problem with CMake is that you get all of these like other files, and it's just stupid. It's just stupid. Why do you need all of this? Just stick all the object files in one single directory. I don't understand why they. Who made this? Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a rest here. I'll call it a day here. Xcode sucks. iOS is cool, I guess, but Xcode is one of the absolute worst development experiences I've ever had to deal with. So, if you've been watching so far, thank you so much for watching, and take care.